of the realm of podcasting is these kind of discussions, these long-form live discussions in front of enormous groups of people where you go over very complex issues. It's a new thing. I mean, and it's something that's greatly received by the public, which is really interesting. I mean, you guys are selling out all over the place.
Yeah, well, one, I've really been trying to make sense of this, because I'm thinking, well, what the hell's going on? Why am I selling out 3,000 person auditoriums? And then, but not just me, obviously. Sam is doing it, and you're doing something on a larger scale, but very similar with your long form podcasts. And then there's this whole rise of what Barry Weiss described as the intellectual dark web. That's actually Eric Weinstein's coinage. And so there's a group of us that have been sort of clumped together for reasons that aren't obvious. But I've been trying to figure that out as I do these lectures. Another thing I'm doing with the lectures or the discussions is trying to continually further the development of my ideas. I use the stage, let's say, as a opportunity in real time to think. And I've been thinking, well, if you're surfing, you don't confuse yourself with the wave, right? That's a real mistake. You might be on top of the wave, but you're not the wave. And I think this long-form discussion and the public hunger for that is best conceptualized like that. There's a technological revolution. It's a deep one. The technological revolution is online video and audio, immediately accessible to everyone all over the world. And so what that's done is it's turned the spoken word into a tool that has the same reach as the printed word. So it's a Gutenberg revolution in the domain of video and audio. And it might be even deeper than the original Gutenberg revolution because it isn't obvious how many people can read, but lots of people can listen. And now it turns out, so, I mean, you got a little bit of that with TV, right? And you got a little bit of it with radio. But there was bandwidth limitations that were really stringent, especially in TV, where you could get 30 seconds if you were lucky and 6 minutes if you were stellar to elucidate a complicated argument. So you can't do that. Everything gets compressed to a kind of oversimplified entertainment. But now, all of a sudden, we have this forum for long-form discussion, real long-form discussion, and it turns out that everyone is way smarter than we thought, right? We can have these discussions publicly, and there's a great hunger for it. And I see this paralleled, so, and this would be, what would you call it, supporting evidence for this hypothesis. The same things happened in the entertainment world because, you know, TV made us think, well, we can handle a 20-minute sitcom, or maybe we can handle an hour and a half made-for-TV movie. But then Netflix came along, and HBO as well, with the bandwidth restrictions gone, and all of a sudden it turned out that no, we can handle 40-hour complex multi-layered narratives where the characters shift, where the complexity starts to reach the same complexity as great literature, and there's a massive market for it. And so it turns out that we're smarter than our technology revealed to us. And I think those of us who've been placed in this intellectual dark web group, you know, there's some things we have in common. We more or less have independent voices because we're not beholden to any corporate masters except peripherally. And we've been operating in this long-form space, and the technology has facilitated that. And so all of a sudden it turns out that there's more to people than we thought. And thank God for that.